welcome back to Studioloo. It's Cindy. So today I am planning to try to do some ephemera for these Indigo journals so that I can get started on something else. But I first wanted to just show you the originals for my latest digitals that I've just put in my shop. So this is my Gelli pack 1 that I just added to my Etsy shop yesterday. So you will see the following digitals in that pack. So I just wanted to show them to you in case you were looking for some fun Gelli prints for your journal making. There are 16 of them in total. And the document is sent to you as a PDF, ready for printing. And there's a good variety of colors, dark, light, bright, and they are multi-layered. So yeah, that is that. So I just wanted to share those real quick. Now, so I need a bunch of things for the Indigo journals, like pockets and other things to hold ephemera, because I have some ephemera made, some ephemera for the, like the, sorry, what am I trying to say here? Like I have tags and things like that. I've got a bunch of stuff, but I need things to put them in. So I need some belly bands and whatnot. So I'm going to make some of that. I just wanted to have a quick look and see if there was anything in here that would be good for that purpose. I think I will take this. This is a tough one to, really thick paper in this book. That was a tough one. Okay. I like some of the images in here. They're really pretty. This one. Just kind of looking for things that would go with the indigo theme. Doesn't have to be all indigo. That's nice, but I think I'll save that for something else. That's for winter. That'd be nice, actually. Okay, so I'll take 3 pages out of there in my never-ending objective to kind of break down some of these books. So we've got 3 images here, and then I do have a basket of things that I have made to ahead of time. So we have backings, scraps from the journals. Okay. I'm just trying to get anything that would be good for a pocket here. Just take all this out. Okay, so that's probably all I need for now. So that would definitely make a nice pocket. So let's just get started on making it into a pocket. So first thing it needs is thicker, something to back it that's thicker. Do I have? I'm just going to grab a piece of cardstock. Okay. So just throw some glue down here. So it's been a decent day. It is my first day back to work, and so I made the important decision last night of just logging into work, catching up on all the emails that were sent while I was on vacation. And I got all cut up, and it wasn't too bad. Thankfully, I had to open a few sort of investigation type scenarios that other people need to work on. And so I think that will probably generate a decent amount of work from you in the coming days. But it's nice to come back and not feel like super overwhelmed. And it also felt really good. What I do every year at work at the beginning of the new year is I take all of the emails in my inbox and I just put them into like a 2020 folder. Like these are from the year before, with exception to like the current sort of, I think I leave about 3 weeks worth of emails. So there was a time when this may be boring about what I do at work, but there used to be a time where I would get, email, and it wouldn't sit in my inbox. I would file it away, and I would have all these organized folders, and everything was so great. But yeah, that time has really passed, and the big reason is that I'm just simply too busy. I just get way too much email that everything now just lives in my inbox, and I get to it, and I mark it unread until I deal with it, and then it goes into the abyss. And honestly, I'm not even terribly upset about it, because like the time that I would waste on trying to like organize all of that would just be too much for me. So I like this little ruby-throated and black-chinned hummingbirds. It's from my field note guide. I'm just trying to decide what I will use. I want to use some other colors other than just blues. So I think what I want to do, if I can make a little tear without actually tearing this baby. There we go. I think I just want to tear around some neat images here. Now, how much longer would this whole thing fit? So maybe what I'll do is I will just tear around this. And that will go on one side. And then I will take the little black-chinned bird as well. But I will leave all of the text behind, which is too bad. I was maybe thinking of including it, but that's okay. We don't need it. I'm just going to try to pull away a little more of this. I'm going to keep the book page, I think, number. There we go. I'm just going to pull a little bit more off the bottom here so that when I punch the little pocket thing, the little cutout for the pocket, I don't want to crash into these. So I wanted to grab some ink. Hold on one second. Some green ink. And this is distress ink, so I have to use a brusher that I can't just directly rub it onto the paper like I can with that French ink. But I love this color. This is actually not distress ink. It's or maybe it is actually. This stays on. It's like archival. It's a MIDI, so yeah, it's a solvent ink. So it's very like distress ink actually. But it can be used for stamping as well. Here we go. So it's just a nice highlighted green on that blue background. Free my glue book here. Okay, so I just want to move. What I've been noticing is when I'm filming, I end up putting all my stuff at the back of the table, and then I'm not working kind of in the center here where I should be. So let's just keep all this over here. I keep leaving it there, like thinking, well, I might need to use my sewing machine, and I will, but I'll do that at the end. I don't need to always have it at the ready. I'll make a bunch of stuff and then I will stitch around. So let's put this a little as low as possible. Maybe an angle it slightly. There we go. And I definitely forgot to bring baby wipes downstairs again for my fingers. Goodness me, I keep forgetting to do that. So please pay no attention to the state that my fingers will end up in by the end of this video, that they always end up in. I promise you the first thing I do is wash my hands after these videos. So don't be afraid. Okay, so now I'm just going to put a little notch in here because this is going to be a pocket. Okay, and that definitely just shot down the front of my dress. Okay, there we go. It's been rescued. Is that deep enough? I kind of want a little deeper. That's better. Okay. Then I might just ink around the edges of the pocket with the same green ink, just to kind of give it a little bit of continuity. There we go. So that will get stitched around. One down. Now, I have some book pages that I stamped, so I might use those. Well, that would be a nice pocket too. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to do this one next. And again, I'm going to thicken it up a bit because it just needs a bit of, a little bit more to it. I like to make my pockets about cardstock weight at least so that they can hang on to things well. It's a little sticky. I gotta rip that off. Can I go that way? No. Just line this up here. Okay. So I have so many projects planned for the channel and so many things on the go. I feel really good about it, but I'm also like hoping that it doesn't seem too convoluted to be watching more than one series at a time on my channel. Just let me know if like it's like a problem for you to have to kind of jump back and forth. If you'd like me to just focus on one series, I won't make any promises that that can happen because sometimes I have to work on certain things. Like I just either it's all I have the inspiration to work on, or it needs to get done to get out of the way for something else, or you know how life goes. But let me know your feelings on that. There we go. So what else does this need? It needs like a focal point of some kind. I'm thinking maybe some kind of a sticker would be nice. So let's get this giant. I have these like gold ones that are kind of in my brain, but maybe also I have these packets of these really delicate cut out butterflies. Like they're so delicate. It's so that one maybe a little bit too big. Yeah. I think I have smaller ones. These are so delicate that I'm just like, I need to use some of them up. These little paper cuts. So that's a large one. That's a nice shape right there. And there's also some plants. So that's a maybe. That one's a little big. Oh, that's nice and delicate. Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Okay. Let's put these delicate babies back. This had to have come from a laser cutting machine. These are just like so beautiful and delicate. Oh. Fussy cutting nightmares, right? For anybody who does any kind of what we call fussy cutting, when you're cutting around the edges of things to put them in journals. Like even just putting in this envelope is kind of a nightmare. I'm just gonna tear the envelope open, actually, and that will let me pull this up and lie them in here, because yeah, this is a bit of a Herculean task that I'm not up for. All right, that's that. But let me just leave my big chonky sticker folder here handy. All right, so now the task is to glue this down. Do not tear it, and do not jam it all up with glue. Can I do it? Ugh. Yeah, it's pretty, it's going okay. It's going okay. Okay. Do not glue on there. There we go. Hearing lots of wandering around footsteps upstairs. I keep waiting for my daughter to just come rambling down here and interrupt me while I'm filming, because she likes to come up and down and visit me a few times a day. She likes to trick her dad and run downstairs and hang out with me. So that could happen. And I might just kind of, I guess I need a little ink to maybe just shade the ends, the edges here a little. I like the white, but I think I just add a little bit of green. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. I don't think it needs a whole lot else. I'll stitch around it, I guess. Probably, yeah. I'll stitch around that. 2 pockets down. Let's see what we have here. This would be a good tall pocket. What else do I need though? I know I needed to make like a belly band or a side pocket, and I think I will use this to do that. I'm so in love with these. These are like magazine images, I think, from like a Martha Stewart magazine. Like, you know, because they're very domestic, and like I just love like the kind of grittiness of like the images. They're very cool. Not that her life is gritty in any way at all, but you know, it's all that rustic magic kind of look of things that you can get from millions of dollars of production. Okay, I want to cut this number 3 off. I don't want it on there. And I also don't want to be too thick for this side pocket, but a little thicker than a belly band. So there, that should be good. Okay. I'll save that for something else. Back to Scrap Island with that one. Okay. So I don't really want to mess too much with this. I think it might be actually just good as is, as a belly band. So I will stitch around it, and that will be that. That was an easy one. This would be a good pocket. And I really like in the Indigo journal how I've been kind of able to mix some pink florals with the indigo colors and the blue colors. It really goes nicely. So if you're watching my Bookbuster video, which I'm going to be making the next one shortly here. Again, I have so many things on the go. This is one of the things that I was doing when I was using that large book to collage. So I basically have been collaging already with my old magazines that I am trying to pare down a lot of things, and so I pared down a lot of magazines in this way, just using images that I really liked from the magazines and collaging with them. And then you collage onto like onto a piece of paper, and then you're left with like really cool kind of random images for making things out of. So let's cut the notch in this one. Okay, and then I think like this needs, you know what, some fabric, maybe, or lace. Lace. Let's just see. Yeah, that would be good. Sorry, I'm off camera. I have all this lace hanging here and I don't want to take it down because I don't need to look at like a whole bunch of things to decide. I've got the one I want right there. So let's grab some Fabri-Tac. So I think, yeah, that will lie there. So a little bit on the side. And a little heavier in the middle where there's the thicker spot. And this kind of a little on this side. Okay. Okay. I don't want to play with that too much. I just want to let the glue dry. All right, so that's that one. Then I think I will ink the rest of the sides of this with blue. Maybe even the edge of that would be kind of nice. Just little hints there and there. Okay. I feel like I should be making some larger kind of multi-pocket things. Let's see. Maybe I will do that. I need my ruler. Actually, before I use this one, let me see if I have something in here. I also have all of this extra stuff from, there's a pocket right there actually. Oh no, those are also collage in here too. So this is the right color. So I have some leftovers from my last sky journal that I made. That's kind of cool, maybe. Just looking through here to see if there's any like stuff I could use. That's a little bright. I thought I already looked through this, but maybe I didn't. Okay, almost done here. Okay, well, there's a few things that I can possibly make use of. And then I can just move this out of the way. Okay, so first thing is this pocket that I was going to work on. But then I was talking about maybe making some larger piece of ephemera, like a larger kind of double pocket or something. So, well, let's just do this first before I completely get myself off track, as I am known to do. Sorry, Mr. Owl, you have to get covered. Okay. I love this big green butterfly. It's just amazing. Okay, that's that. And then I will actually, if I have any little phrases that would be nice too. Okay. That's a perfect one. The desert's in search of green pastures. We'll just ink around this a little. Just want to kind of color it right in. There we go. I'll just probably put some ink around this too, just to... There we go. So I was thinking about how to use this. Where's my journal? Here it is. So I obviously have to think about the page sizes here. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is just make a, like, use this piece of paper to make like a larger piece of ephemera. Where's my ruler? Here it is. Let me get rid of this sticky glue page before I glue myself to it. So the first thing I got to do is just tear this away. Let me think. Do I want to do that? Yeah. I'm going to set that aside though, because I'm probably going to use that tree. Do I want to tear that maybe? Now I'm starting to just like this as like a journal card. Stop it, Cindy. You have to use this for something. Come on. Yeah, I think I'll go about there. All right, so let's back this maybe with some regular paper, because I think it's going to go down, or some cardstock rather. It's gonna, you're not going to see the back of it, but that's okay. This glue stick is getting to the end here. It always gets a little softer when it's closer to the end. Yeah, it is. Okay. Am I sad to lose that little mountain? So what I want to do, I think, is put this here and use this as like a little pocket, and then it will be a pocket from behind as well. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So the thing that makes me a little bit kooky with this glue is how much gets left behind in this little glue bottle. And maybe it's a little bit of obsessive of me, but I just want to save it because, like, there's so much glue in there. It's just, it seems so wasteful. So let's just put it on a piece of paper right here. This is how I become like a super messy hand person by the end of this. Okay. I really need to get like a popsicle stick or something and use that to like spread glue. But I keep grabbing for this poor paper clip. I'm just going to mush this on with my finger here. Then I will go wash my hands. Actually, I will use the rest of this glue, then I will go wash my hands. Sorry, guys. I just want to use it up. Why throw it away? Okay, so there's that. Now we need Miss Sticky Hands here to get back to some semblance of not stickiness. And then I want to trim this tree. How much of that will fit right there? Actually, it's just about perfect except for the crookedness with which I cut this side. So I just need to trim a tiny little bit here. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, so we'll re-sticky again here. I don't always do this with all my glue sticks, but sometimes it just bugs me. It's like, what a sad state of affairs. I have a whole case of glue. I'm being a little bit extra right now. Okay, so let's just line that up. Okay, so then we have this little flap at the bottom. And then what I want to do is get now another kind of glue. And just glue this down like that so that that flap will now be attached, but it'll be like a pocket that I can put things in. And then I was trying to decide, like, I'm going to leave behind it open on one side, and I don't know which side yet, but when I do, I will probably punch a little notch there. Trying to decide if I can make that decision right now. I think I can. So let me grab my journal here. So if I were to lie it on a page, like saying, not this one. Let's see this one, I guess. So I guess it really just depends what side I want to put it on. Let's say I'll put it on one of these. So I will notch that side. I'm also going to round the corners and sew around it and ink it as well. So let's just round the corners maybe first. Here's my corner punch. So we'll start up here. And we will round them with like a 1/2 inch. That's gone. Okay. All right, and then I'm not going to put anything else. I was thinking maybe of putting like something here, like a butterfly or a bird, but I don't think I will because I'm going to be putting a tag in there. I also just really love this painting. It's really pretty. So yeah, I think that's good to go. I'm just going to stitch around it once it's dry. That's that one. We did it. Now, you know, I'm just going to keep, I'm going to keep using that glue until it's gone. I'm just going to do that. Hee hee. Now I need to just trim this. And then I need a focal point here for this. Well, I'm going to get a more interesting sticker, I think. Pull out the antiquarian sticker book and see if there's something nice in there. There always is. But then it's just a hard decision, so I have to kind of be decisive. That's a nice fox. That might be nice. How wide is this fox? I think he would just fit. Yeah, I like him. Let's go with the fox. Can't believe how quickly I made this decision. Usually I'm flipping through this thing forever. I just like him with the teal. There's just something about foxes and teal. If I could catch a fox, I would knit a teal sweater for it, maybe. Okay, let's put the sticker book away. Now, we need a notch. And I gotta trim the bottom of this a little bit here. There we go. Is there anything else I want to put on this? Let me see. Hold on. Let's get the trinkets here. The bag of what nightmares and dreams are made of. I think some of that lace. This little package of stretchy lace from goodness knows when. 45 cents. Oh, vintage seam binding. I hope the world never runs out of vintage seam binding because I love it so much. I really like that. I think I will keep that. Plunk it in something. Okay. And then the world's oldest tape here. Let me just get this off. Now, maybe like a piece of lace across them. Did I just go through all of that to now not want to do it? Yeah, I kind of like that. Up there might be better, actually. And I'm just going to cut the end off because I don't want to iron it. So I'm just going to take the part that's not bent. And I have to hang that lace up with my other laces. There we go. Just a neat little bit. It's like unusually quiet in my house right now. I'm a little bit worried. Because I know that the kiddos are not going to nap for a while. They both slept in this morning. It was like some kind of strange phenomenon. And my dog, oh my gosh. So I have a dog, a 17-year-old Chihuahua that I finally called Methuselah because he is like so old. Well, this morning, like my dogs sleep downstairs. And so I, in the morning, come down and let them outside and everything. And my one dog was awake and he was like waiting for me and I let him out. Well, my old Methuselah dog, he is like in bed, in his dog bed, asleep. Like, and you know how normally when things are sleeping, like you look at them and their chest is kind of rising, like you can tell they're breathing. literally he was still, and I was like, what? You know, I was very like, you get that weird sinking terrible feeling, but thankfully I walked up to him and I touched him and he felt warm. And so then I just kind of jiggled him a little and he just like woke up from the deepest sleep, and then I felt bad for waking him up, but oh my gosh, yeah, that was a little scary. Ugh. So that's the thing about pets, you know, you've got to be prepared for just about anything, because they are, yeah, they don't live as long as we do. All right, so we've got, what have we finished here? Let me see. So 1, 2, 3 pockets, 4 pockets, 5 pockets, which will become 6, 7 pockets, and a belly band. I think I said I needed like 15 things. So just to kind of get me on the road to like having a good amount of work I'm able to get done. So let's see what else we have here. We have these nice eggs. That's pretty cute. But I want to kind of cover this part up. And I think I would make that like a side pocket, a more narrow one. So actually, I will trim. I will just cut this right off. And that might be a little bit crooked. Hold on. I'm usually not too bad at cutting decently straight. Yeah, there we go. So then I'm going to put some nice lace on it, I think, like a really good blue lace. So give me 1 second. I got to get my laces here. So if you recall from like my thrift haul video, oh, this glue, oh my gosh, my thrift haul video, I got all these laces, like I'm starting to get to use them. I actually got a ton of blue for these journals, which is really, really great. I was watching a video this morning. What channel was it? Oh, Teal and Tattered. So she is lovely. She's a lovely journal maker, and she's from, I want to say Poland. Am I right? Krakow. Yeah, so Poland. Yeah. So just remembering where she said she was near. So she was talking about how they don't have thrift stores in Poland. Like it's just not it's not a thing there, and she instead has to get her vintage things like from a flea market. And so, you know, I think she was just saying, you know, I really wish we had them here and stuff. And so yeah, it's it'd be hard not to have thrift stores. I love thrift stores so much, and I think I do so much with thrift store stuff, like not just in this art that I do, but like just my life in general. I do a lot of thrifting for things. I would be very sad without them. So I hope Poland gets thrift stores because they need them. But yeah, so there obviously won't be any thrifting for a while because we're in lockdown. But also, I think I told you I had a video that jokingly said like forbidden thrifting and free art. So that was like day 1 of lockdown. And I guess, I don't know all the details, but I'm just following what they're saying on their Facebook page. Our waste relocation kind of thrift store, because of their environmental like rating or whatever, I don't know what the right word is, they were initially like staying open. They I guess interpreted it, or they actually talked to the bylaw officials, I think, about it, and were initially told they could stay open, but now that's changed and they're arguing with it. So I don't know one way or the other. I sort of think it's a retail store, and so, you know, the risk in terms of like just people being there is the same for any other retail store. But then, you know, it's also hard to say, like, why are large box stores where a lot more people are in there, from pictures that I've seen, which are scary, why are they allowed to be open and sell everything, not just like essentials? So, you know, it's a complicated conversation. I don't know. My idea right now going into 2021 is just that probably we don't need a whole lot more opinions. So I'm just going to reserve mine unless I feel like my safety is in danger by something someone's doing. I should have backed this with something, so I'm going to do that now with this sticky glue. So, yeah, I'm not really discussing a whole lot of like that sort of like do this, don't do that stuff these days. There's no point, you know, because people, right, will do whatever they want to do. And, you know, it's really hard. I think a lot of families are coming to head with each other, disagreeing with each other when some people don't want to follow the rules and others do, and reinterpreting the rules and all that. I mean, what a time. It's really, unfortunately, we don't have very good, I would say, leadership on behalf of several levels of government in many countries where, you know, this isn't being handled very well. So it leaves it ultimately up to like the next person to deal with, right? So the biggest level of government leaves it to the next level and the next level to the next level until truly and eventually it just becomes up to the person, up to the individual to deal with. And then we're in a society of people who are like reporting each other for, you know, this and that. And it becomes like a very vigilante kind of situation. And I don't know. Like, I know what I see really commonly in small towns that are posting things like on Facebook, especially, you know, no man's land but is Facebook. So a lot of, like, I would say people just getting really, really upset about visitors coming to their community. Like, they're paying more attention than they ever did, I think, to like license plates they see in their community. And I just don't like that. I don't like any of that and how it feels. And I don't know. I think that like a lot of assumptions get made. Like if somebody, you know, there's a lot of reasons that someone who's not from your community might have a license plate. Like when my husband first immigrated to Canada, you actually couldn't get like your license and everything and get your plates all changed over. Like you didn't have to do it for, I think, a year or something, but for at least, I would say, 6 months after he got his permanent residency, we still had the old plates. And then, you know, like there's a lot of reasons for that. It takes time to process things. And also, like, you know, you finish your term and like, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons. So people, I think, just need to kind of settle down. And whenever you ask yourself what somebody else is doing, I think maybe the better thing is like, well, would it put you at risk if you weren't here, if you weren't doing this, right? So I don't know. Just try to like, I think if we all try to just do a little extra, then we won't be upset with others and we won't be like, I don't know. And when it comes to just people who are like the elite, don't even pay attention because they're going to do whatever they want to do. So don't let it get to you and give you, you know, stress. You don't need it. I know I definitely don't need it. So this, I think what I want to do with it is just make a couple of sort of triangular tags. There we go. Just for that. Or not tags, but pockets. But yeah, I don't like to get on a rant or anything. I'm not trying to get on a rant, but I honestly am just feeling like more and more worried about how, I don't know, people are being with each other. Like over the holidays, initially we had planned to visit my parents, and we had this kind of safety measures kind of way of doing it. Like they have an empty apartment in a building that they manage that we often stay at. It's actually used for other reasons. It's typically empty all winter long, or someone is living there all winter long, but because of the lockdown, the people who live there aren't here. They're at their permanent home. So as a result, they don't mind that we use it. And so we were going to just kind of come down and have a little like distanced visit, gift exchange and whatnot. But then we just decided like, no, let's not leave our community. Let's we just ended up meeting at like a halfway point and exchanged gifts from a distance and didn't, you know, do all of the hugging and all that you normally would. And, you know, one of the reasons, which is I think a frustrating and sad reason, is because my dad was a little concerned about people being like violent where they live, because there's and it's a really small community, and it's really sad to think like that's how, I mean, honestly, it's left a bit of not just that, but other things that I see being said online. It's honestly making me like feel like I really have less respect for some people because of how that's all going, because they just really lack a lot of kindness. And I mean, I don't think you have to be kind to people who just want to do whatever they want, but I think you also don't need to be like the town crier and like outraging in the streets or on the online version of the streets. I don't think it helps. I just don't. And I think everyone's kind of looking at you like, what is wrong with this person? Why are they getting so intense? So yeah. You know, you try not to talk about this stuff, but it's going to be in our life for a while, so we might as well just all like get a little bit comfortable with talking about it and just embrace it, you know. We'll be okay though. I think a lot of positive stuff's going to happen, hopefully, soon. I feel good about 2021. I know, like, that it's like we're going to start off a little funny, but I do feel good about it. I think a lot of us have learned a lot of skills and how to adapt ourselves a little differently. And maybe we've gotten some nice new perspectives about like what's sustainable in our life and what's not. Okay, so that is a good corner pocket, and I will stitch around it, and then I'll make another one here. Don't wrinkle. This needs a little more glue at the end here. Ooh. See, sticky fingers. This is what happens, is you stick yourself to your stuff and then it doesn't want to stick down. It just wants to stick to you. There we go. Okay, just wipe a little glue off of my already sticky hand here. Okay. Let's just let this do its thing. Now I need another, I think, belly band, and this would be good. What do I want to do with this? Maybe it's like a little too thick, but I'm like, I don't want to trim it. It's so pretty. I don't want to lose that side, so I'll cut this side. There we go. Maybe just a titch from this side. Oops. There we go. And I wonder if I have, I just want like something little to go on that. Like little phrases or something. Go. Let's just use the rest of this sticky glue to stick these down, and then I will stop. I promise. This is my Heloise tip of the day, how to use things up. These are my tips today, how to not fight with people on the internet and how to not waste glue. You're welcome. I'm sorry. Okay. But no, I actually have a bit of a plan for this year for my internet usage, I think. And it's going to be all about less traditional social media and more of the stuff that I used to love about the internet, like websites and independent like places on the internet. Like, so I have started to kind of create these like amassed lists of like kind of places that are still publishing independently, like their own blogs. All right, we're gonna say goodbye to this sad glue. So I am knitting some mittens, and I went back to my Ravelry profile, and I love Ravelry.com. For anyone who does knitting, crochet, needlework of any kind, you'll really like Ravelry. And so I went back there, and I input my project, my details, my notes, and yeah, I'm really feeling accomplished that I did that. One thing I've always loved about Ravelry is their notebook. Like, you have a literal notebook of everything that you are working on. So it makes you feel really good about what you're accomplishing. And so that felt really good. That's another really great belly band. But I'm going to cut the bottom off. It's a little too long. So yeah, that felt really great. And I am also going to build myself a new website. My current Studioloo.com website is down at the moment, which has been intentional on my behalf. I'm not too concerned about it because I'm rebuilding my site. I changed web hosts. And so I just really want to start fresh again and do something a little bit different. I need to trim this straight. So yeah, I'm just going to like focus a little on some of that. And I'm also just feeling really good about being like more into like websites where I'm doing stuff like YouTube and Etsy, and like I'm actually working on things there. I'm like putting projects out, I'm posting things, you know, for sale or for whatever. And I'm taking part in more kind of online things like courses, and that's one of my goals this year actually, is to do some of the courses that I have, because I purchased some courses and I want to do them and not just like hoard them. I want to put some lace on the bottom of this. Hold on one second. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with the internet this year. I'm not going to spend it all like on social media, because I don't know, we're not in a healthy place anymore with social media. I feel like it has served its purpose, and now it's on a tangent. So I'm just going to let the tangent kind of roll by sometimes. I mean, not all the time. I do need to stay involved in things. You know, I don't have the luxury of like not caring about what's going on in the world at all or something. I don't want it to sound like that, but I'm definitely not going to partake in silliness. A lot of silliness. A little bit, but not a lot. Here we go. This needs a little more glue. See, I should have kept the sticky glue. It's gone. Oops. Gotta get my glue cap. Oops. That's not my glue cap. Okay. Sorry, technical difficulty there. Let's put a little bit of art glitter glue on that corner to just smoosh it down. There we go. That will get stitched around. Okay, so I think I'm probably at about an hour of film, so I've probably blurbed enough, given enough like life lessons that nobody needs, and I actually got a lot done, so pretty good, guys. We got quite a bit done today. So yeah, I will be back with another video shortly. My schedule will get a little more normal again because work is back in, and so I will have a sort of, my days are the same Monday to Friday kind of. So I hope you all have a really fun, good day. Have a great sort of beginning of the year, wrapping back up into work or whatever you're doing. Please check the description box for my social media information. I'd love it if you subscribed, and yeah, have a really great day. Thanks for watching.